now.
We're on now, yeah?
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Red Side
Hello,
Banter,
dude.
episode 11 today.
God, it's gone quick.
Episode 11. I can't believe it. So yeah, we'll kick straight into City. So we've missed. We were going to do an episode last week, but I didn't feel too good, did I? So we delayed it.
No.
So we've missed 4 games. Got is it 11 games left to play now?
11 games to play now, and we're, the last couple of games been a bit of up and down, really, haven't it, James?
So we're sitting 10th in the league. 35 played, 50 points. Yeah. So what's your thoughts on? And we've got Port Vale tomorrow night, haven't we?
Yeah, Port Vale in the cup tomorrow. I just think it's been a disappointing. The last 4 games been pretty disappointing. I know we beat Blackburn, didn't we? Which was a good win up there, but so disappointing against Swansea and Watford on Friday night. Our home form is diabolical, isn't it? We've lost 7 games at home.
Yeah, I know.
This season, we won a couple and drawn a few, but when you think like 7 games we've lost at home, out of those 7 games, you would expect to win at least 5 of them games, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
To be fair, that's 15 points, James. That would have put us on 65 points. Would have been well in the mix of the playoffs, but
I can't see it happening now. The form carries on as it is.
No, Wrexham won, didn't they? 1-0 again. They sort of grinded out another win, didn't they?
It'd be nice to get a cup run. Obviously, if they beat Port, they've got Sunderland next Saturday, haven't they? This Saturday, haven't they? All right.
Yeah, so that'll bring in a bit of money. It's just disappointing that start the season with these first started off really, really well. We're so inconsistent.
Yeah.
And we got some good players, but in some areas we're just not strong enough. We just don't seem to be able to just step over that line, do we? To make it that much bit better.
I was chatting quite a lot last week to a few customers about Bristol City and saying same again really. Like a lot of I got a client who's he's involved in football. He's got he works for a group, and they've got there's a team in San Diego, and there's a few other bits, and we were just chatting about things. He said, to be honest, a lot of times he said as obviously it's well known as a city, but the football team they're just not that. He just said they're not that well known in footballing terms, and it's a bit. I think we spoke about it last week on the last episode, didn't we? Saying about as a club, like their coverage. If you compare it to Wrexham, they almost need a big. Like Lansdowne sells it, which is inevitable. He's going to do it eventually. They need a documentary, and then they could put on Netflix or anything. There's the Sunderland one on Netflix is brilliant.
Yeah, I think they need somebody coming into the club who got a little bit of that background to be able to take them forward, don't you?
Yeah.
To give them the publicity and the marketing they need to be able to get out there, because Wrexham have done it through those 2 Hollywood actors, but when you think like Wrexham 4 or 5 seasons ago, James, they were in a conference. There's likely they're going to get into the Premiership.
You can't. What they've done is you can't knock what they've done, can you? I mean, I know people like Simon Jordan have gone on about it, but you can't really knock what they've achieved a lot, haven't they, in this time?
No, it's great for the fans, but I think a lot of it's the money, is it? It's obviously private equity companies.
It's more to do with coverage. I mean, like Ryan Reynolds, he owns so many companies, and obviously all that's involved with it as well. But then if you compare it to City, it's just ain't really like when Lansdowne did that interview on the BBC. He was quite and he's done those kind of interviews before where he gets a bit, I don't know, a bit.
He got a bit shirty, didn't he? Really, a bit.
Yeah, and then you could say as a fan, you think, well, you've taken it over. He's a billionaire, isn't he? So you're going to get a bit of sticks on them, aren't you? But
yeah. But when you think about it, with Wrexham, to get back to those 2 Hollywood actors,
yeah,
I would imagine, especially in America now, a lot of American people who've got Welsh ancestry going back,
right,
and they've sort of locked into that Wrexham thing. And there are probably some of them wearing Wrexham shirts around the streets in Los Angeles, things like that. Do you know what I mean?
It says the same as Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg's got shares in Swansea, hasn't he? And they were selling. But they were saying that when he attended the game recently, like all the fans wanted to buy the tickets to go because he was there. But City haven't got that, and I think they need some kind of, in the world we live in nowadays with football. I was talking, we were talking recently about that. I was listening to the guy called Kieran Maguire. He's like a football. He's a journalist, isn't he? He's like a football man. But and they were doing like a panel show the other day. I think it was Sky. But it was so interesting when they were talking about the whole Man City, and he predicted the Leicester points deduction. I was chatting to a Chelsea fan on the weekend. They reckon Chelsea they might be the next ones.
Yeah. Well, what's going to happen with Manchester City, James? You know, with their.
But that Kieran Maguire was so interesting to listen to about like the world, like the football world now, and about it's all businesses, isn't it? And it's kind of.
Is he a sports journalist, James, or just a football journalist?
I'm not too sure what I know he lectures at Liverpool University.
Yeah, but he needs something to do with the Guardian or something.
Not too sure.
Somewhere, one of the papers.
I'll have to read into it. I don't know. But I only come across him in
very knowledgeable.
I only come across him on that panel show with Wayne Rooney and Carragher. Yeah, but
it comes over very well. But he's very knowledgeable about the game, isn't he?
But when you listen to and my client who's involved with San Diego, I said, we were talking like that, and I said, when I listen to it as a fan of a championship club, it is quite worrying about like the upper tier. You're like, well, what would you be going into if they were ever going to get promoted?
Yeah.
It's all right to say you want that success, but it's like, well, what comes with that? What kind of money do you need? I think football's going to change. I think it's going to change forever now. I think, especially the Premiership.
Well, they're on about changing some of the rules now, like throw-ins, 5 second take a throw in, isn't it? They're all about bringing that in. Why are they messing around with things like that for?
What, to make it quicker?
Make it quicker because they're saying a lot of teams like Arsenal and Brentford, it seems like a lot of some of these friends is part of their set pieces, isn't it? They make it part of trying to get a goal, but what they're trying to say is that slows the game down and all about changing it. But I think that's just part of the game.
It's all to do with advertising, money. Like it's even, I got a mate who works he's in broadcasting for rugby, and he said, they're bringing advertising now for rugby for the Six Nations at half time, and the fans don't like it. They've kicked off about it because it's become like Americanized, hasn't it? It's all about money.
Well, it's become all about making money, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's what it's about. At the end of it, it's about making money for corporate companies. At the end of the day, if you speak. Like, if you imagine Granddad now, if he was alive, he's been gone 26 years. Imagine what he'd think about it now if he was still there.
I know.
It's and in some ways it's quite sad, isn't it? The game is not really.
Yeah, I mean, like if you take like the working class, Wayne Rooney, I think, and you mentioned it, like the working class side of it is kind of, you're only going to get out if you go down like the lower leagues, and I think City, like, I just think, I don't know. I don't know what's got, but I just think I think as a fan, I think what comes with it if you get promoted, that's all I worry about.
Yeah. But one thing I would say about the English game, with the English players, preparing themselves for the World Cup, when you look at a lot of teams in the world now, like the Brazils and Italy and Spain, even though Spain and Brazil are still probably great countries at football, I think this year, going back to like with the World Cup, I think we've got a better chance now than ever, haven't we? Because some of our players who played in the Premiership are top players now, aren't they?
Yeah.
We should be able to do something this time in the World Cup because if we don't do it this time, I don't think we're ever going to do it, are we?
No.
Never get a chance again with the team. But
so, if you go back to City, what do you so? I mean, I don't think they make the playoffs, and I don't think I don't know. I just think we need to just take it as this season's not a write-off, is it? But it hasn't been that bad, has it? But
it's like you said. How many games did you say left? It's left game 13 games.
No, 11 games left.
11 games. So you never know that some of those other teams might drop points. But I think we're 7 points behind 6 plates now with Wrexham, and I think we're just too inconsistent as a side. At the end of the day, we can go on a run of 2 or 3 games. Win, and we don't seem to do nothing on the next 4th, 5th, 6th game. We don't seem to have that consistency like the teams in the top 6 have we?
No.
Look at Coventry; they're storming away with it, aren't they? At the end of the day, Be nice for us to say next year, try to get one of those two top places and try not to worry about the playoffs. Really go for them. I just don't think we're quite good enough at the end of the day, are we?
Yeah, well, I don't think we ever have. I mean, like, if you go back to like Gary Johnson and stuff days, like that was when we had momentum, didn't we? It was a bit. There was something more about it than there, but I just think it's a bit. I think for me, like sometimes I feel a bit neutral because obviously because I live up here, you kind of like you look at it as a bit of it all feels a bit flat really when you look at it, and when you talk about because I don't live in Bristol anymore, like you kind of people just don't even know where they are, and they think like you kind of I mean you kind of got to really almost sell it to people to kind of go Bristol City, and they're like
there is a lot of fans in probably London who are not even from London, but they support Manchester United, don't they? Things like that,
there's a lot of that.
Yeah, but I think the City. I think we're we've had a few injuries now. Atkinson's injured; they're going to be out for 8 to 10 weeks. We've also got Rob Dickies going to be out for 8 to 10 weeks. So that's two of our main first team players at the back who are now out for more or less. You might as well say the end of the season now, haven't you? Really, because we're in the March now. You probably won't see him this season. We have McAnally, who hasn't played a game since January 2025. He's been with an ACL injury, so we've had some back. But I don't know. I don't know about the players coming in either. I think that Horvat looks a good signing from Storm Graz. I think he's probably one of the better players we've got in. But Earth has come in on a little bit of a whim, really, and I'm not very keen on that Borgzor from Middlesbrough at all. I don't think he's the answer, and I don't think we'll probably sign him. But I think in the summer we just need to recruit and get the players in who's going to perform well. I think we've got a few players out of contract as well, haven't we?
I said to you weeks ago when they brought that guy in from Middlesbrough, I thought, if he's not good enough to play for Middlesbrough, why is he coming to us? It's
Yeah, if he was a good striking option, and he scored goals, why would Middlesbrough, who are second in the table, even if he was a benched player, like an impact player coming on for the last 20-25 minutes, if he was that good, Middlesbrough would have never let him go on loan, would they? To Bristol City, the same league. At the end of the day.
What's your
James? I don't think much of him at all, to be honest.
What's your what's your thoughts on Port Vale then? Do you think we'll beat them tomorrow night and then get Sunderland on Saturday?
Yeah, we should beat Port Vale. I know it's on probably a bit of a heavy pitch, someone would say, but if we've got a good enough team and got enough quality, we should be able to overturn Port Vale, really, shouldn't we? To be fair, So I predict we'll win 2-0.
All right. I'll go with I'll go 2-0, 2-0, 3-0, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe
and
2.
It'd be nice because Sunderland. Is the game again if we get through tomorrow night on Saturday against Sunderland?
Think so, yeah. Think so.
So I'll try to get some tickets for that. So I'd like to see it. It'd be a fast turnaround, wouldn't it? Because it's supposed to be in Coventry and that'd be rearranged for like the 17th of March, won't it?
Yeah, I think if it's FA Cup as well, I think the tickets are cheaper, aren't they? They're cheaper tickets.
I think they will be a bit cheaper. Yeah, just to get the stadium full, probably.
All right. What about you tried any decent beers recently? Any decent zero beer?
Yeah, to be honest, James, I stuck with me Lucky Saints for the last couple of weeks. To be honest, and I do like the wheat beer, this Lucky Saint wheat beer from Germany.
Yeah.
I quite like that one. It's got a nice sort of bit of a toffee taste to it. I quite enjoy that, but I don't mind the lagery one, and I still like the ones from the Bristol Beer Factory as well. The clear head and those sorts of things. But I haven't had one for a few weeks. But I've stuck with the Lucky Saints for the time being. Have you tried any at all?
Well, I did my charity pop up for Macmillan, didn't I, Saturday? And my kindly donated some Days beers for us. So yeah, I like them. I had a couple of them. Also, I was cutting hair. So it's nice because obviously you can drink whenever you want, but yeah, they always go down quite well. So he did that.
Are they the fruit ones, James?
No, he just did the pale ale and the lager. And they're the pub are looking to get it on tap as well, but they go through like a supplier. That was great. That was a really successful day actually. Yeah, I was pretty tired at the end of it. But we raised some good money, and then hopefully I'll do another one in the summer when the weather picks up. That's the plan.
Yeah. You done really well, didn't you? From it, then it's a good cause as well, isn't it?
Really good, yeah.
Fantastic. Really I'm glad you had a full day.
I would say it was probably better. The last one I did, it's still a good venue, but this one was a better venue, and the pub's busier, and you can get pizzas and stuff, and But yeah, the concept definitely works. It's just I mean, I'd let you into a funny fact. I found the mirror for it. I found it in a skip on our street because
Mirror.
well, I was going to go and get a mirror from someone for like on Facebook for like a fiver, and then I was walking past.
I've got the one down in your bedroom, which is upstairs.
Have you got a mirror?
That one back.
What, a long one? Long mirror?
Yeah, you've got a long mirror, haven't you? Remember you used to have it in your bedroom?
Remember? But anyway, I was out the other night walking, and I was like, there was a barber's on our corner. They're refurbing it. There was loads of mirrors in the skip. I thought I'll have one of them. And
oh, perfect.
But yeah, so I borrowed that and then put it back in the skip after.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah, you got a long one here if you remember. It used to be in your bedroom, so I've been decorating your bedroom, your old bedroom, and remember you had a long mirror in it up against the wall. You probably can't remember.
I can't remember now, but you could put that back in there, couldn't you?
Yeah, probably will to be honest, or buy another one and get rid of that one probably with a frame. But yeah, but no, it went well, didn't it? It seemed like it well. Did you get anybody coming in who just said to you, "Oh, is there any chance you could cut my hair?" That's all.
It's like no, I had a few people walk past the door like looking in and but no, the pub promoted it really well. They put a big sign outside. I had QR codes so people could book. But to be honest, I mean, I had to do bookings because it was the only way I could do it. I mean, depends in future, but I wouldn't want to go there without knowing if I had a full day of cutting hair really.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the day, there was a darts board in there. People were coming in and wanting to play darts and stuff. But that was towards about 7 o'clock at night then. But then the light.
It was upstairs, wasn't it, in the pub?
Yeah, but if anything, it gives you a bit of exposure and people I think were wondering what was going on and yeah, it's good.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
I think the pub were a little bit cautious because there's a barber's next door. So they're a bit, which I went into that one over Christmas actually for a head shave, and they were, but I mean, I've got a mate who's doing a pub permanently, so yeah.
Yeah. Thing is, though, they got to understand it's for a good cause, wasn't it? In the end
yeah, it's permanent, and it was to set. Well, it wasn't. It was quite. It was coincidental, really. But then my wife said to me, "Well, yeah, it's the same day as your surgery 7 years ago." So I can't believe that.
Yeah.
So 7 years.
Difference.
Yeah, and what about your walking fitness? All good overall fitness?
Yeah, I've been still doing me walking. Had a bit of a catastrophe last night just before I was going to bed. The light fitting in the bathroom sort of fell away from the ceiling, so I had to try and put that up last night. Made a right pig's ear of it. So I got a young lad coming to States later on tonight, so I just went to screw fix to buy a new light. And he's going to put it up for me on the way home from work tonight. So
the whole thing?
Be walking a minute.
What? So the bulb went?
No, well, the bulb in there was funny, but the shade was sort of coming down off the ceiling. So I went to try to, and it's one of them screw ones. You take the thing off, put the bulb in, and you screw it back on.
Yeah.
But the actual metal plate is fixed to the ceiling because it's just ordinary screws into the ceiling, which is the wrong ones, really. So as I was trying to do that, the whole lot came down. Nearly fell off the steps.
Oh dear.
9 o'clock last night. I thought, well, that's good. Just finished watching my favourite series, Call a Midwife.
Oh yeah.
It's one of my favourite programs, Call a Midwife.
Yeah, I actually knew a City fan that was in that. As what was it, Jack Ashton? He played I think he played the vicar in it. I don't know if he's still in it anymore.
He's not in it anymore. He and he used to be married to I don't think they're together now. The girl with the blonde hair now. I've got her name now.
Not too sure.
He's one of the nurses. He was married to her, wasn't he, for a while?
Not too sure. Don't know.
Yeah. He's mates with Joe Sims, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
They're both actors. Yeah.
I haven't ran for about a month. I've done something to my hip, and then my groin's still hurting. So I need to it's been a bit of a. I've still been out walking. What's that?
Your hip.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think it's from work because after Saturday I was on my feet all day. Probably Saturday was probably a harder day, and it would have been in the shop to be honest. I was on it all day.
You're on your feet all day, aren't you?
And obviously you're being the receptionist and everything. You're trying to take your payment, but yeah, my hips. I think the older I get, your hips start hurting, and I think with all the running I was doing, I spoke to a physio client of mine. He said you probably overloaded your hip.
Yeah.
So I probably need to go and see a physio or someone, but it's been like that for about a month now.
Thing is, with your job, you were stood on your feet all day long, aren't you? You don't sit down very often, do you?
You have your lunch break, but it's just so I mean, it keeps you fit. That's a positive of it.
Yeah,
But I try and stretch. I try and stretch daily, but I've always had quite tight legs and hips, and yeah.
Yeah, but you've always been pretty fit, man. You like your running, haven't you?
Yeah, I want to try and get back, but I think I need to face up to it. I don't think I can run, 10, 12K. I think maybe it was over egging it a little bit. But I think because I was trying to train for that half marathon as well, I was probably trying to do too much. But yeah, I'm getting old.
Yeah. Have you listened to any good music, James? I know you listen to
the podcast
music on too.
When I did the pop up, I put on like a playlist all day. It was the Dancing Out of Space. I just did that as a radio, and then it was quite good because I downloaded it on like an old phone and it went straight to the Bluetooth, and that worked brilliantly all day. It's brilliant.
Oh yeah.
Well, I didn't even need Wi-Fi for that. Because the last time I did it in the pub, I was using this phone and it was kept cutting out when I was doing stuff, and I dug out an old phone and it worked. It was brilliant.
Yeah. Have you heard any music from that Ezra Collective?
Yeah, they're good. They are really good.
They're good, aren't they? Also, my Dell, obviously my brother, has been listening to a lot of that because he was listening to Ian Wright was talking about them to Eugene.
Yeah.
And he was watching them on a podcast, and Ian Wright mentioned about that Ezra Collective, and they're good, aren't they? Like a sort of a modern jazz soul outfit, aren't they? They're really, really good. They ran for a long time as well, yeah.
Yeah, they're very good.
Yeah, very good, very good.
I don't know what part of London they're from. I don't know.
I think they're from East London, James.
Are they?
Yeah, they're good band. There's good bands come out of London. There's some good sort of soul funk bands, isn't there? Like new bands coming through. Like they're sort of like, what do they call it? Like neo. It's like neo sort of soul. They call it, don't they? Now. They
are good though. They're brilliant.
Yeah, they are good. Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask you some questions now. We're coming to 20 minutes now, so I want to try and we're trying to keep it to 30 minutes now, aren't we? The podcast, or under 30 minutes.
Go on and on and on, don't we?
So the first question for you, and I can answer it as well. We've got a couple of questions now. So the way we're going to do this now, we're going to ask you. I'm going to ask you the questions, and I can also answer them as well. They're all Bristol related. I'm going to try and follow on from what we did on the last episode about, was it like a night out in Bristol, wasn't it? And then a tour guide, wasn't it? So the first question is, thinking back, can you remember where you took Mum on a first date when you first met? What year would it have been as well?
1978.
Wow, 1978.
78. Oh, I can remember one part of the date, and that was early in our relationship. It was a summertime.
Yeah.
And we went into Queen Square.
Yeah.
In Bristol, and I think we got a roll or a sandwich from somewhere. I don't know if it was Marks & Spencer's or something like that. And we were sat on the grass because it was a nice day. And a pigeon crapped on Mum's head. I'll never forget that. And I don't even go. And it sort of hit her head and went down her sort of face like that. Lucky enough, they had some tissues in my pocket.
I think that could be the name for the episode today, pigeon poo or something like that. I'll do that.
Yeah, pigeon poo. Pigeon poo on head.
So it was Queen Square, and then that was the first time you got together.
I think that was one of our sort of earliest relationships. Yeah.
But you went to school together, didn't you? She was in the same year at school, were you?
We were in the same year together. We weren't in the same class.
Yeah.
And we were quite young. We were about 17, 18, I think, when we first started. Because I was in the band then, wasn't I? In the new wave band. And Mum used to come and watch me.
Yeah, but did you meet in school then? Did you met in school?
Towards the end of school, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was more or less when we were seeing each other towards the end of school, of leaving school.
Yeah.
We were still really young, 17, 16, 17. But yeah, it's come the end. And Mum, I can remember when I left school, and we both left school. Mum had a job at MAC, and I never had a job, but I had a job within 4 weeks as an apprentice. And I can remember applying for different jobs, electrician, a welder, and stuff like that. Back in the day, 1978.
Wow. If I think back, it would have been probably 2012. It was I mean, we first met, me and Leanne, in a nightclub in Bristol on the Triangle. I don't know if it's there anymore. It was called Comfy Club, but it might be. It was up by that where La Rocca used to be.
Oh yeah.
So we met there, and then that was on Easter weekend. I was at Easter weekend in well, that would have been April, wouldn't it? March, April.
Yeah, it was a long weekend, wasn't it? The break.
Bank holiday. I remember being out in town with my mates on Corn Street, and I said I'm going to stay. They all went to go home, and I said I'm going to stay out, and that was the usual thing with me. And then Justine, my sister, was in that nightclub, and I said I'll come up, and I thought I'd just stay out with my sister, and then I saw but me and Leanne used to work together. So
yeah.
And then
Did you know each other to talk to though before that?
Yeah, briefly. Yeah, I've met her a few times.
Be hello and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and then I think our first date
was it instant attraction?
It was instant attraction. Yeah, it was. I remember she had a flip phone.
Did she have a tutu on as well?
Yeah, tutu and a flip phone. And then, but our first date, we arranged to go out. I think it was the same week. We went to. I think it's still there. It's a cocktail bar. It's like a secret door on as you got towards. Is it Berkeley Square?
Yeah, yeah.
There's a cocktail bar there called. Is it Milk Thistle? Was that? There's one down on the centre, but it's all part of a group, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we just go down some steps into it, don't you, James?
Was that?
It's like underneath the street, isn't it? That one you were talking about.
Yeah, and then we went there, and then after I think we went to Yamas. So I don't know if that's there anymore. Is it? Yeah, is it still there on Park Street?
I think the place is still, but I don't know if it's called Yamas anymore.
But when I go back now, it all everything looks so different. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
Things change. I think the bars in that now, restaurants, there's such a big turnaround. Like, you know, it's tough, isn't it, in that corporate industry at the moment? Restaurants and pubs, you see lots of changes.
But there wasn't any pigeon poo. I'll tell you that. But something funny. I remember she did catch me running away from her house once because
Our house.
I think I went back and I ran away from She used to live up in Redland, and I think she looked out the window one night and I said, oh, "Good night." Then I was running away. I think she thought I was scared of her.
Oh, did you have your car there? Leave your car outside?
No, I would have got a taxi, I think, but I don't know why. I think at the time, I think my head was all over the place. I thought I don't really want to have a relationship again, and I probably just.
Yeah. That's up by Clockers, the old Clockers, James, wasn't it? And a quarter from there.
Doesn't look good, does it? If the bloke you're dating is running away from your house. Oh. Right, next question.
You look like Roadrunner running away.
Yeah. I think she opened the curtains and thought, "Why is he running away?" Anyway, next question is, if you can think back to that time, so you're on a night out with your mates,
yeah.
Round of drinks. What would you be drinking? So because last time you said about you'd have your suits on. What was it? Was it Zoot?
Yeah, it was like sort of baggy, sort of shoulder pad suits and stuff like that. And
so if you imagine, like, what would your first bar be to go into? If you think that's on, what would you order as drinks, and what would you go for as a group? Would you order different drinks?
The first bar we'd go into would be in Parkstone. It's called the Chateau.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget, it used to have the main bar upstairs, but it used to have a spiral staircase to the bar downstairs.
Yeah.
And I can remember going in there, and they used to sell Stella beer, and it was a new beer from Belgium, Stella, and they could only sell you it in half pints because it was too strong.
I was just chatting about this the other day to someone about, because someone went to Belgium, and I said, yeah, I said when it first came over to here, it was half pints.
Yeah, it's half pint because it was like 5.4%.
Yeah. And
most of the beers over are only like 3.2.
Mm.
And but it was a really strong beer, and they used to only sell it in half pint glasses. But it's really funny because when I used to go to Belgium for work, I used to find the Stella over there.
Yeah.
It tasted a lot different than what it does over here. And you know, Belgium do a lot of strong beers, don't they?
But I mean, a lot of the brewers now, if things are brewed, it will taste different because it's brewed. Some of them are brewed. I don't know about Stella, but it's brewed in the UK. A lot of them, isn't
it? Yeah, Stella, and that's by different companies. But a lot of the beers in Belgium are brewed from.
What's that, Dad?
A lot of the Belgian beers, sometimes they're brewed by monks, aren't they?
Yeah,
monasteries. But sure, they're really strong.
Down to water and stuff, because if the water's going to taste different, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's what you see with a lot of German beers. They've got like a special purity law, haven't they?
Yeah, but
their water, it's only got 3 ingredients to make sure that it's the Rhine-Lutzen law or something.
But what I was asking, so with your mates, would you have ordered like a round of half Stellas? Would you? Or would you all be drinking Stella, or would you have cocktails?
Yeah.
Or what would you first drink?
Probably Stella. I was never one of those people into cocktails. To be
No,
fair,
I don't like
I'd
cocktails.
rather have like I've always liked a nice beer.
Yeah.
Or a nice lager, and I think it was if it was me and my mates, we'd have half pints of lager in Chateau. Oh, and another place we used to go to was the Wheat Sheep down in the centre of town.
The Wheat Sheaf, yeah.
Yeah.
Where
that was quite a big city pub years ago.
Was it? Is it still there? No.
No, it's all gone now. All those places. And the Prince Rupert in where the galleries is now, the Prince Rupert pub. We used to go to Chateau, or later on in the night Chateau, but if we went into the centre of town, it'd be the Wheat Sheep, Prince Rupert, and then we go to a club. But when we started to go into the Chateau in Park Street, go to the Chateau because it's got a trendy place. And then we'd walk up Park Street into Park Row and go to the Princess Court nightclub.
We would have gone, me and my mates. I mean, if I think back, if it was like a Thursday, Saturday night, you'd go down to Lloyd's on the waterfront. That's still there. The Weatherspoons. You go there.
Oh yeah, that's still there. Yeah.
And then you'd go. But then we started to go to. Oh no, tell it. We got to. We probably got to White Ladies Road. That was where we kind of. That's the Weatherspoons now. That WG Grace would go and Dragon Kiss, have a few drinks there. But if you were going to be there, and you got to platform one, which was platform one was when you were there, wasn't it?
You started to go more Clifton way, didn't you? You and your mates.
Yeah, and then towards the end of our don't know, youth, I suppose. Yeah, you do Clifton, or then we started got North Street after that, North Street, and then you might go into town after that. But
what was the pub I went with you on years ago with you and a couple of your mates? We went out for a night. I don't know why I went out with you. I went home early. You guys stayed there. It's where Habitat used to be, down underneath the stairs.
Pam Pams.
That's it. I went in there with you and Danny and all that.
But I think drinks wise, we probably be drinking beer as well. I mean, or if I go to my younger days, you'd probably have like a vodka Red Bull or something like that. Horrible.
You didn't drink cocktails very often, did you yourself?
Well, we do like you do a thing called a cheeky Vimto sometimes. Where you do port and blue WKD. So we would have like alco pop stuff. Yeah.
I've never been a cocktail drinker, to be fair. I've never been really into it. I mean, even shorts. I wasn't really into shorts. So now I've got older. I don't mind a gin and tonic, but I've never been into vodka or Bacardi. It's not really. But a gin and tonic now I'm older in the summer, it's nice. But maybe
tonics. Never got into gin. But what you just mentioned about the when you come out with me and my mates, that was 10 years ago. So last time I come out to Bristol, we were trying to organise something again this year to try and have a bit of a night out, but we can never.
Why was that 10 years ago? What was that for? Was it before your wedding?
Yeah, we did a bit of celebration, didn't we, that year, 2016.
Yeah, we went for a curry, James.
I think we might have. I can't remember now. Maybe
and you said, let's go to Pam Pubs. I went, I'm too old to go in there. You went, nah, all right.
Last time we met up, I mean, I think when I moved up here, if I was honest, I'd get the train back and try and relive that time, but no one was really doing it after that.